Hi everybody, Joey here again and welcome back. So in today's video, I can't. 18 days folks, and I'm going crazy over here. Okay, so I did try to make the podcast and explain everything that's happening, but I have a minor problem. A little more than 4 years ago, when we started this initial aquarium gallery, I didn't say a peep about it or plan or hype or anything because I didn't want to have to try to explain what's to come without having a space to kind of look at it all. Now, when I announced this initial gallery, I was able to come in the front door and kind of give you a general idea as to what's to come and what's to be planned. For example, I pretended there was a 2,000 gallon tank here, and I paced the floor and I looked at it, and it was a pretty interesting and exciting time. But now I don't get the keys to the new location for 18 days. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I get it. 4 years ago, I launched an aquarium gallery. This was a building I dedicated to the aquarium hobby, showcasing all the different types of aquariums and what's possible within our hobby. Different areas, different locations of where fish are from, and different species, etc., you name it. And since then, the gallery has gone through a tremendous amount of changes, kind of just like, set up a tank, tear it down, set up a tank, tear it down, new fish, just showing you all kinds of things. And over the years, I just got so disconnected with it because I was like, this isn't what an aquarium hobby is like. And the hobby isn't just about setting up a new tank and getting a new fish and adding it to the tank. It's also about creating their scapes and letting it mature, watching the fish mature and establish their territories and behaviors and begin to breed and spawn. It's so much more than just the flash and pizzazz that unfortunately a lot of YouTubers get trapped in that bubble of thinking this is all people want to see because, well, of course it gets the most views. But we can't discredit the effect that the aquarium gallery had on the hobby, just in general. We're not going to get into the specifics. But I've always regretted not going bigger, not doing permanent installations, and of course not opening it to the public. For those that didn't see this, to summarize, I'm shutting this gallery down, sorta. We're going to talk about that today and what's actually going to happen to the tanks and fish. And I'm opening up a place that's 5 times bigger with a minimum of twice as many aquariums as the original gallery. The original gallery had like 20, so this one will have 40 or so. And then, everything that we want to do is going to actually happen. But, for example, if I were to say, look at this wall, guys, and imagine no tanks are here. Look at this wall. I'm going to have 120s here and 120s there. Just imagine how exciting that could be. And you guys loved it, and you guys loved the idea, and we ended up doing it. But now I'm to the point where I don't have a place to show you what's possible and what's not. So what I'm getting at is this. I recorded the podcast that I promised I was going to do that is going to explain everything. And I realized that I was explaining something that needs visuals. Otherwise, there's no way you guys can possibly understand or get on board with what I'm doing, because I'm just like, oh, okay, and in that space that you have no idea about or what it looks like or the dimensions or the length or what it's going to look like with a human being in there is going to have this. I've decided that's just silly. Let me circle back. I'm still going to do a podcast where I answer your questions, and a lot of them are really good. But I had to stop it when I realized you guys need a visual. So we're just going to wait 18 days before I show you and tell you what the generalized plans are going to be. Otherwise, it's kind of... I wouldn't get excited about something I can't see. I mean, it is what it is. Anyways, we have 18 days to kind of shut the gallery down. And it's not going to happen at the 18th day I shut everything down. Of course not. The new gallery, when I first get in there, we got to do a little bit of drywall, a little painting, a little cleaning, a little prep work, getting it ready, taking fixtures down that we want to switch out, etc., etc. The first month, we're just going to get it ready to move aquariums in there. But the main question that I want to cover in today's video and to show you what to expect over the next couple of weeks or for the rest of the month, I think I'm going to have to go back to, at least for this month, I'm probably going to have to start going back to daily videos or something very close to it, which is good because I'm going to have to get used to making daily videos anyways. What I want to talk about in those videos is quite simple. Each video I'm going to document what's gone on with the tank, the fish, the 2000, of course, the everything from when we got them till now. It's just a basic generalized all-in-one update, do a feeding of each tank, and explain where those fish fit in into the new gallery. And to put things rather simply, everybody's they all circling me. Everybody's coming with us. Every tank that we have out here now will go into the new aquarium gallery. It's going to be different stands, of course, and whatnot, but The only thing that can't go is the 2000 because I built this into the ground. It's made of concrete. There's no way I could pick it up and lift it or move it, but the 700 is going to go there, and instead of being up against a wall, none of these tanks are going to be up against a wall besides like one end, and the rest will be a peninsula, an island that you can walk around and look at from all sides besides one. That will be for some of them. Others, you'll be able to walk around the whole thing, etc., etc. But I don't want to mislead or give away any of the ideas till we're in there, so I can really get you guys excited and you can have a visual and be like, yeah, I can imagine this now, I can picture this now. But the main question over the past couple of days, and I've been really listening and really watching, is like, everybody's concerned what's going to happen to the current fish, and that sort of thing. Basically, everybody's coming that can. The rays, the arowana, every fish that's out here will. The only aquarium that's going to remain is this one, and you know, it's going to stay a community tank. Maybe we eventually have to use it for rays where the rays are breeding and whatnot. But I do think that some of these fish, like the severums and walrus, would fit really well into a South American aquarium. The archers are going to be put into an Asian themed, or, you know, these are all going to be biotype aquariums. So the archers would do really well in an Asian themed or specific region within Asia. So there are some fish that I already have that are going to be a great size, because we want a lot of these fish to be relatively good size instead of like getting showing you a tiny little severum to somebody that doesn't have fish tanks and it just looks like every other fish. So we do want some of them to be kind of, you know, big, adult, and pretty impressive. But for the first year, a lot of this is just going to be, well, we'll see. I don't want to ruin anything or tell you guys too much, but so a lot of fish are going to be in there. And if you don't remember what I said, we're going to be doing themed aquariums that showcase every aspect of the aquarium hobby. This is going to be an aquarium gallery. This is not a public aquarium. I keep seeing people saying Joey's opening a public aquarium. Can't wait to see him get a black shark or sharks, or a 20,000, 50,000 gallon aquarium. No. This is not a public aquarium. And by public aquarium, I mean it's not like the Shed in Chicago. It's not like the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's not like that. It's an aquarium gallery like what we already have. So all the aquariums are going to be, they're going to be, a lot of the bigger aquariums, and the main aquariums, I guess you could say, will be bigger than these 120s. We'll probably be upgrading them. We are upgrading them to 180s, although the 120s will be there as well. The 700, the 375. There will be some relatively large aquariums, but the focus of the aquarium gallery is to, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not trying to like, ooh, look how big my tank is. I want you to be able to do this. I want the general public to look at that and be like, oh wow, I'd love to have something like that in my home. That is the point of the aquarium gallery, is to actually grow the aquarium hobby. This time we're just doing it right. We did it right, but we're gonna do it a lot better. More aquariums, proper representations of different aspects of the aquarium hobby. Like, who doesn't like an African cichlid tank? Well, we'll have Malawi, we'll have Tanganyika, we'll have South America, we'll have Asian, we'll have Central American, we'll do Australian, we'll do all different types of continents and whatnot. But I also want to do themed tanks. Like, we'll have a discus tank probably, we'll have a piranha tank probably. When I say probably, we already have the fish. We'll do a goldfish tank, probably. Many people want me to do goldfish again. And then maybe some pet fish, etc., like the puffers. Maybe we'll get another flowerhorn, who knows. But we'll definitely be trying to encompass all aspects of the aquarium hobby, which, while staying true to myself. So over the next 2.5 weeks, you can expect a lot of videos from me, a lot of updates, and because they're technically going to be the final update of that aquarium before we have to, but the tanks will still be out here for 2 to 3 months until, because I think a lot of people think that as soon as on June 1st it's open to the public. No, that's when I get the keys and I can get in there and clean and paint and do the drywall, and then a month later I can start moving tanks in, and it's going to be months of daily videos before you can ever consider it opening. It's probably going to actually open in 2022. Because I'm not opening it during the way my local economy is and the restrictions, and I'm not doing it. We're in a lockdown right now. Worst time to start anything like this, but I want to bring you guys along for every step of the way. through the videos. Anyways, I promise to get that podcast done by the end of the weekend. I'll have it out with Q&A, lots of information, lots of questions, lots of interesting questions you guys have been asking, which will be incredibly revealing. So if you're not subscribed to the podcast, you can so in the description below or link somewhere. It's called Aquariums Unfiltered Podcast. Super easy to find. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up of, what the new aquarium gallery is going to be. And of course, a timeline and whatnot of when we're getting in there, et cetera, et cetera. I've already talked about this, but I've seen this repetitively in the comment section, and people are so worried about what's going to happen out here. And when all the tanks are out here and this just remains, this might have to be the quarantine facility. Depends on the space that I have at the new place. I don't know what I'm going to be capable of. I do know what I'm going to be able to display to the public, but behind the scenes, like, where everything else is going to go, that runs the entire building, a lot of it might have to come here, like the quarantine systems. We might have to do it here, which is fine. I'd rather quarantine off-site anyways, which would definitely be an interesting and fantastic way to promote the importance of quarantine, because I see a lot of people still not doing it. Anyways, if you have any further questions that you want included in the podcast or anything like that, make sure you drop them down below. Give this video a like and a thumbs up, letting me know that you are here for the journey. Even if you don't enjoy every single video, you are supporting by simply helping me out with the algorithm and making sure that these videos get out there to the general public, who is the target audience. Of course, we get to enjoy. We are the #1 audience. Of course, hobbyists are going to love this, but we have to target and grow this hobby. So we need to target on... my mind is going a mile a minute right now, and I have so much to do today, so many calls and so many things. Fridays are insane for me. I got water changes to do. I hope you guys are excited. I know I am. I just want to get everything going. I shouldn't have announced it so soon either, because I knew you guys would hound me for questions, and I don't know a lot of the answers yet because I've been in there for a collective 15 minutes. I know the layout. I know a lot of things about the building, but it was all structural and all that sort of deal. I never really, and I know the square footage and some dimensions and whatnot. I know what's gonna work and what's not, but I don't know specifics. June 1st, we'll get in there and we'll do a walk around, and I'll do a visual of everything that we planned, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You guys are gonna love it. Thanks for supporting me, guys. I love it. You know, that like, that comment, that share, whatever people do on YouTube. I appreciate it. If you want to further support me, you can go ahead and get some of my merch or my book, The Ultimate Do-It-Yourself Handbook for the Do-It-Yourself Aquarius. Everything's in the description below. I'll see you guys. I think I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, and then I'm going to see you Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, Friday. I think. Let me know if you guys want these daily videos. Let me know if you want these videos to be spammed. I have no choice. There's so much to film now. I'll see you guys in the next one.